Isn't that funny? Okay. Is it Claiborne?
Claiborne.
Claiborne, you want to do that first?
Thank you, Your Honor.
Is that Miss Claiborne in the back? Come, if you're here, please come up to the podium. Okay. Claiborne, this is a felony plea day, and with this new charge, you do have the right to have an attorney appointed, or are you gonna?
I'm gonna hire one.
Okay, you're gonna hire private counsel. Okay. State? Anything?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, this is
Next.
case number 24 CF 1825. I'll go ahead and enter a not guilty plea on your behalf, so that'll preserve your rights. Are we setting for December, Madam Clerk?
This case is currently set for October 14th.
Okay, so we're gonna set the pretrial October 14th,
Okay.
but you need to make sure and obtain counsel before then and communicate with them so they can figure out where things are going and give you advice about your different options.
Okay.
Okay? Anything else, counsel?
No, sir, just put my name on the record, Josh Mitchell for the state. Thank you, Your Honor.
Very good. Okay, anything else, ma'am? Any questions? Okay, thank you. You're good. Is that all you got?
Yes, Your Honor, may I be
Okay,
excused?
you may.
Thank you.
Sure.
Can I be excused?
You sure can. I'm sorry, ma'am. Okay. Mr. Medina's got number one, but he's not here, so who wants to go? Ms. Farkas?
Happy to go.
Ms. Farkas, he's always the gentleman, Mr. Gates.
He really is. He really is. Okay, my first out of custody client is Deidre Crowley, 2024 CF 1754. She is present and approaching. Your Honor, Ms. Crowley would like to enter a plea of not guilty. We already have an offer from the state and some initial discovery, so I'll meet with Ms. Crowley and we'll go over everything.
Very good.
I think she's already on the, oh, I'm so
She's
sorry.
already on which document?
For 1014.
Okay, very good. So we're entering a not guilty plea, and we'll continue the matter until pretrial on October 14th at 9 a.m.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You skipped over Ted Cheney, Ms. Farkas, out of custody.
Oh, I apologize, Your Honor, I didn't mean to address that. Excuse me, Ted Cheney, 2024 CF 1840. I filed a motion in order to withdraw. My office represents the co-defendant.
Okay,
So I believe that order should be with your office.
It actually was just signed, Mr. Harper's going to sign it.
There we go.
okay, so we'll come back.
I think he's
Is
already,
Mr. Cheney here?
I have not spoken to him. I think he's already on the pretrial conference docket for 1014.
Yeah, but he's got to come to an arraignment. Anyway, that's fine. What's your next case, Ms. Farkas? The next out of custody?
My next out of custody is Georgia Daniel, 2024 CF 1913. She
Okay.
is present and approaching. Similarly, I have an offer from the state and we're getting some initial discovery, but today Ms. Daniel would like to enter a plea of not guilty, so we have time to review everything.
Court will enter a not guilty plea. Do we already have a October 14 date?
Yes.
Very good. You give it to counsel. Congratulations. Ms. Farkas, we have a
For her? Your Honor, my understanding, so there's a KPS, but if I could be heard briefly on the situation, apparently she
I'm not the
wrote a...
judge. I'm not the judge who issued the KPs.
Okay.
So,
I'm just getting a phone number from my client, Your Honor, so I can contact.
Next, Ms. Farkas.
Your Honor, those are all of my out-of-custody clients who are present. I'll give a couple minutes for a couple other people.
Mr. Gates.
Yes, Your Honor.
We can also do those that don't have attorneys if you'd rather do that as well.
Well, there are two, I know for, that would be me, Your Honor, that are unrepresented for us, I'm going to take those.
Okay. You want to do yours first or the other one?
Unrepresented, Your Honor.
Okay.
And
I
make.
thought you said I'd do yours first and then, that's fine. So there are several of you who are here today. This portion, this is called an arraignment, this a portion of the docket here today. An arraignment is your first hearing in which you're basically here to enter a plea. There are a number of folks, however, who are here who are unrepresented, who don't have an attorney. So the first thing I'm going to do, and you do have a right to an attorney. If you cannot afford one will be appointed. You understand that. So I'm going to ask you, if you do not have, I'm going to call up the folks that don't have attorneys on record, and I'm going to ask you, you're going to want a public defender, or you're going to hire a private counsel. So if you want a public defender, I'm going to appoint one, but do understand that you've got to fill out the form before you leave. They have a financial affidavit and that kind of thing, and it's right up there. The bailiff will give you one. Please fill it out before you leave. But this will go very quickly, and we'll go from there. So we'll start off with Taylor Babb, and please come forward if you're here. And with the state announced.
Your Honor, Mr. Taylor Babb is here in case number 24 CF 1800. He is currently charged with a single count of child abuse without causing great bodily harm. We are still looking into several matters in this case to determine the appropriate recommendations, so we do not have them at this time.
That's fine. So, Mr. Babb, as I mentioned to you, you have a right to have an attorney. You wish to have an attorney appointed, you're going to hire private counsel.
I would wish to have one appointed.
Okay, so the court will appoint the public defender, again, fill out the form. I'm going to go ahead and enter a not guilty plea on your behalf in order to preserve your rights, give you a chance to talk to your attorney. We'll come back on October 14th at 9 a.m. Okay?
Thank you very much.
Sure. Michelle Baker. No. That's Mr. Medina's, my bad. Don Brakefield. Don Brakefield.
Mr. Medina, let's see.
Yeah, we're going to call you up, but just not right now. Mr. Medina will be here in a second. Is Mr. Brakefield here? Don Brakefield, with the state announce.
Yes, Your Honor, this is 24 CF 1749.
Okay, again, Mr. Brakefield, you do have a right to have an attorney. You're going to hire private counsel, or you wish to have an attorney appointed here today?
Appointed.
Okay. Court will appoint the public defender, and as I said before, I'll enter a not guilty plea to preserve your rights. Continue this matter till October 14th at 9 a.m. for the pretrial. Try and meet up with your attorney in the interim. They'll give you contact information, okay?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Sure, fill that out before you.
We'll do the in-custody without attorney. So, Kevan Bridges, if I pronounce that first name correctly, Bridges, with state announced, and do they know anything about this case?
Your Honor, this is 24 CF 1623. I do not see Mr. Bridges approaching. I do believe that he has been in arraignment prior to this.
On this case he has?
Yes, Your Honor, I believe it was continued because the information was just recently filed. This is the one we were waiting on information from the Fort Walton Beach Police Department.
Right. And he was given notice then at that hearing to come to this one, I'm sure.
Yes, Your Honor. The court notes indicate that he was here on 8/20. He appeared without counsel, and he was given notice that it was continued to this date.
And what is the state requesting?
I can't be sure.
Court will issue a no bond capias.
Thank you.
Failure to appear. Is Jalen Cunningham here? State, same thing?
Yes, Your Honor, that's also Mr. Bridges' co-defendant, that is 24 CF 1622. He was also here at the last arraignment date and given this date.
Very good. And what's the state asking?
I can't be Your Honor.
Court will issue a no bond capias for failure to appear. John Haynes. Come forward, please. State, would the state announce?
Yes, Your Honor. John Thomas Haynes is approaching. Case number 24CF1864, 2 counts of possession of a weapon or ammo by a convicted felon, and 1 count of possession of a controlled substance without prescription.
So, Mr. Haynes, as I said, you do have the right to have an attorney appointed. You wish to hire an attorney, you're going to accept an appointment, or you wish to have an attorney appointed?
I'll probably hire one. I've talked to one about it, I just haven't hired him yet.
Okay.
I've got paperwork from the arrest or I guess I should say.
No, don't talk about your case.
Oh, sorry,
That's why you
sorry.
need to have an attorney so they can speak on your behalf.
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to enter a not guilty plea on your behalf. That'll
Okay.
preserve your rights. And we're going to come back on October 14th at 9 a.m. Continue, that's the pre-trial day. Make sure and meet up with your attorney before then. Get your
Okay.
attorney and meet up with them before then so you can look at your different options, okay?
Okay, thank you, sir.
Shaheen Josephs.
Your Honor, I showed that Mr. Daver filed a notice of appearance in that case.
Okay.
I looked earlier, I didn't actually see him on the docket.
Was there a not guilty written filed? Yes? Okay. And was it continued until October 14th?
Yes,
Okay, very good. Thank you, Mr. Gates.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, that's all the out of custody, no attorneys. Mr. Gates, you may proceed.
Yes, Your Honor. I'll start with James Gregory, Your Honor. This is going to be Mr. Gregory making his way up in 24 CF 1793.
Okay. We've also got a Shelby Green that's in custody that's got listed as Gibbs. Is that yours, one of yours too?
Yes, Your Honor. I figured we would address that with this screen when she gets called out.
Okay.
There's going to be Mr. Gregory, so we have a plea agreement to be filed in Mr. Gregory's case, Your Honor.
Sure.
No objection to the score sheet. Mr. Gregory does not score more than 44 points. I may approach.
Okay. Thank you.
We have the dean with the public defender, please step out into the hall, I'll talk to you as soon as I can. Thank you.
You're okay with the score sheet?
Yes, Your Honor.
Very good. Would you announce the terms of the plea agreement?
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Gregory will be entering a plea of no contest as charged. It's going to be withhold adjudication. Count 1 will be placed on 24 months of probation, recurrent. Count 2. Count 2 will be 11 months, 29 days of probation, recurrent. Count 1. Waive the cost of supervision. $967 of court costs, $150 defender fee, no contact, and Ms. Whitney in Breidenbach, Veterans Intervention Program.
That is the state's agreement, Your Honor.
And when you say Batters Intervention Program, he's required to complete the Batters Intervention Program while on probation.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Mr. Gregory, would you please raise your right hand, sir? You swear or affirm the information you're about to provide this court is the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yes, sir.
So you heard your attorney state the terms of your plea agreement, and I see that you've signed the written plea agreement, and it's all marked up, which usually indicates to me you've gone over it in detail with your attorney. So I want to make sure you had all your legal questions answered about the plea agreement.
Yes, sir.
You understand that this is the final resolution of your case, but in order to get here, you got to waive some rights, the right to go to the trial, confront witnesses, all that.
Yes,
You
sir.
believe that's in your best interest to waive those rights?
Yes,
Have a
sir.
final adjudication today?
Yes, sir.
Very good. And you are entering into this freely and voluntarily?
Yes, sir.
Based upon that, the court will accept your plea agreement. There'll be a withhold of adjudication on both counts. In count one, which is the felony charge, you're sentenced to 24 months probation. And that will run concurrent with the probation in count two. Count two is a misdemeanor, so the probation will be 11 months, 29 days. And again, they're concurrent, they'll run together. They're not stacked on top of one another. And the court will waive the cost of supervision, standard fees and court costs. Importantly, there's no contact with Ms. Whitney right now. Okay, it's one-sided, no contact. So if she walked up to you in public, it'd be your responsibility to walk away from her. You're in violation, she's not. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
That's an important part of this probation, because they'll act real serious about that if you violate that. And of course, the Batter's Intervention Program is also an important element, okay?
Yes, sir.
Very good. Any questions?
No, sir.
Thank you.
Your next is going to be Donald Herbst. Mr. Herbst making his way up in 24 CF 1737. At this time, Your Honor, if we can enter a not guilty plea on Mr. Herbst's case, he's currently scheduled for October the 14th.
Very good. We will enter a not guilty plea, come back, continue until October 14th at 9 a.m.
Your Honor, next is going to be Levi Hickman. Your Honor, Mr. Hickman's making his way up in 24 CF 1858. We have a plea agreement to be filed in his case. May I approach, Your Honor? You may. It's going to be to a misdemeanor, so we know the worksheet in Mr. Hickman's case.
Okay, thank you. Would you please announce the terms of the agreement?
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Hickman's going to be entering a plea no contest to the lesser included offense of trespass. That's Florida Statute 810.08, subsection 2A, the second degree misdemeanor. Mr. Hickman will be adjudicated guilty based on 6 months of probation, or waive the cost of supervision, standard court costs, public defender fee, no trespassing at 546 Mary Esther Cutoff, Fort Walton Beach, Florida. Restitution in the amount of $750 to the old Liza Jackson Preparatory School.
What is the old Liza Jackson Preparatory
That's
School?
what they listed it as in the information, Your Honor, so that's what I went off of.
Is that the new Liza Jackson Preparatory
Your Honor,
School also?
If we can correct it, I put the name of the owner on there.
Name of the owner?
Correct. It needs to be fixed. That's my mistake.
That's fine. I'm just familiar with the Liza Jackson School, but I had never heard of the old Liza Jackson
That's
Preparatory.
what it was listed as.
Your Honor, they're probably talking about that building where it used to be on Mary Esther Code.
I understand.
Yeah,
But devil's in the details.
I don't know that.
And just for clarification, I think I know the answer, Mr. Gates, but even though there's maximum incarcerative sentence, the 6 months probation is still available to the misdemeanor of this type.
Yes, Your Honor. Second degree misdemeanor is punishable by 60 days in jail or 6 months probation.
Gotcha.
That's the name.
And with that modification, if I approach Your
You
Honor.
may. Okay, Mr. Hickman, would you please raise your right hand, sir? Do you swear or affirm the information you're about to provide this court is the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
So you heard your attorney state the terms of the plea agreement. 6 months probation is the core of it. And I see that you signed the written plea agreement that has the same sentence on it, the same agreement. Just want to make sure, have you read this closely, gone over it in detail with your attorney? Make sure you had all your legal questions answered about it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you believe this is in your best interest to enter into this?
Yes, sir.
You understand that by entering in, this will be a final resolution of this case, but in order to get here, you gotta waive some rights, the right to go to a trial.
Yes, sir.
Believe that's in your best interest?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You have had all your legal questions answered?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Based upon that, the court will accept your plea, and there'll be an adjudication of guilt to the lesser included charge of trespass and statutory cite cited by counsel is in the agreement. Court will waive the cost of supervision and sentence you to 6 months probation, regular probation, then standard court costs, public defender's fees. Importantly, there's no trespass at 546 Marietta Cutoff. What is that? We know where that is? I know where it is, but I just want to make sure the defendant does.
Yes, Your Honor, that's the location where he was trespassing at.
Okay, I figured that. You gotta stay away from that. Don't go near it, okay? Because they'll bust you right up if you violate that, they'll come and try and violate your probation, okay?
Yes, sir.
And then you got restitution of $750,
Yes, sir.
okay? So I'm confused.
It's, the owner is Scott Bradford,
Bridgeford.
Bridgeford,
The owner of the old Liza Jackson Preparatory School?
the owner of the building, yes, Your Honor.
That's the information that the
Really?
state has.
Okay. Okay. I'm just going with it here.
It's what we did, Your Honor.
Okay. Okay. So restitution in the amount of $750 to the old Liza Jackson Preparatory School, Scott Bridgeford. Not sure what that is. Okay, thank you very much. Good luck.
And the last out of business they have right now, Your Honor, is going to be Diamond, Lamont Jefferson.
Okay.
You don't know what to say about
Can you put your hat on the bar, sir? Thank you. I got this paperwork for you, sir.
Here, this is Mr. Jefferson. At this time, we're going to enter a not guilty plea. He's already scheduled for October the 14th.
Okay. Very good. Court will enter a not guilty plea. We'll continue this till October 14th at 9 a.m.
Thank you, Your Honor. I think Mr. Medina's up next if he's got enough custody.
Yes, Your Honor, I have a couple who are present, if I may, out of custody.
Mr. Medina, I'm sorry.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Steve Medina with Michelle E. Baker. Ms. Baker is number 9 on the docket, 24 CF 1893.
Okay.
Your Honor, she's going to be completing the public defender application. I will enter a not guilty plea on her behalf, and she is set on October 14 pre-trial docket.
Very good. The court will enter a not guilty plea and will continue the matter till October 14th at 9 a.m. Thanks now.
Next is Kyle P. Bird. And I may have forgot to tell him, but he needs to fill out the public defender application. Come on forward. So I'm representing him for now, and he needs to complete the application before he leaves the courthouse today on the first floor of the clerk.
Okay.
Your Honor, Mr. Bird's case is 24 CF 1898, docket 10. He's going to enter a not guilty plea. I think there's basically no offer at this time because the state's in contact with the alleged victim, who's his daughter. His mother's here. I think my understanding is the victim's requesting no violent contact. Do you have any information on that? Can we do anything about that today?
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay, so
If we want to pass them, I can look at it too.
just have a seat with your wife, and then we're going to see if we can get it changed to no violent contact today. Just have a seat. And Your Honor, I'm looking for Ginger Adderton. I didn't find her, but we're trying to reach her.
She's right behind you, sir.
Okay. I called for my clients. Maybe you didn't hear me. Steve Medina with Ginger Adderton, 24 CF 1910. Your Honor, I don't know what the state's offer is, but She's gonna enter a not guilty plea at this time, and then she'll meet with me, and we'll decide what to do, okay?
We'll
Meanwhile,
continue until October 14th, Mr. Medina?
yes, Your Honor.
Very good. So enter not guilty October 14th, ma'am, 9
Give my
a.m.
card.
Okay, thank you.
Ma'am, before you leave the courthouse, you need to complete the public defender application.
Here you go.
Maybe you live in Georgia or not, you got to keep track of the court date. Thank you.
Excellent. I'll let Travis do that.
Is that all you got out of custody, Mr. Medina?
Yes, at the moment, Your Honor.
Okay. You want to start with it?
I have some inmates whenever we're ready, Your Honor, but we're actually working on, the state was looking at 3 agreements I put forward for 3 of my inmates.
Okay, well, just let me know and I'll skip over them. Is anybody else here who believes they have a hearing right now that either represented or not? What is your name, sir? Plummer? Do you have an attorney, Mr. Plummer?
I have an arraignment date.
What's that?
Plumber, Mr. Medina. Sir, can you put your hat back? I'm gonna borrow it.
I was informed I represent Mr. Plummer, but I don't have a file. As
And
far
I
as
don't have him on my docket either, but that's all right.
Your Honor, assuming the public defender representative, he does need to complete the public defender application.
Yeah, do we have a case number for Mr. Plummer?
Yes, I think it's 24 CF 1679.
Okay.
So he can enter a not guilty plea and set up an appointment with me, okay? Don't discuss your case today.
Your Honor, the judge at the last arraignment appointed the public defender's office. However, they contacted me and said that because they represented somebody else connected with this case, that it was conflict of interest.
Okay, we'll be processing that. That's probably
Okay,
why I don't
so
have a
it'll
file.
rotate to the regional conflict. Appreciate you telling us that.
So, Your Honor,
It's what?
It has been filed at your office.
Okay.
so we'd probably just in the last couple of days.
Yeah,
And Your Honor, can the court go ahead and enter the not guilty plea?
absolutely. We're still gonna enter a not guilty plea because that preserves your rights.
Can the
And we'll
court,
come back on October 14th to make sure and have that. And do we have contact information from Mr. Harper?
I've got Mr. Kett, not same office, the same office.
Okay.
And Your Honor, he's actually scheduled for December 9th.
December 9th, okay. So you have a different date, it's December 9th, okay?
For me?
December 9th, yes, sir.
Okay, yes, sir.
9 a.m.
It's the same number, but you're gonna ask for Rudy Harper, not Rudy.
Rudy
Okay.
Harper.
Okay.
That's the
write it
attorney.
down for you? Thank you for letting us know, okay?
And just tell them when you call the office, say, they told me, I came in here at arraignment, and they told me you were appointed. And then he'll know what to do.
Okay.
But meet up with him before December 9th, okay?
You do need to fill it out.
Yeah. Borrow my card.
And at any point along the way, you can bring out Stephen Brewster. And Brewster, I have no term.
No.
I need to get all these public property before the pins back.
Would the state announce, this is Stephen Brewster?
Your Honor, this is 24 CF 1862. Mr. Brewster is here on arraignment on a burglary of an unoccupied conveyance And Your Honor, I think the court should note that I believe that this is a gentleman that Mr. Medina represents on other cases.
Oh, yes, Your Honor. I think the public defender probably should be appointed, but there is a outstanding, was it a competency order? We have a report already. I don't know why. Okay, I'm not sure what, may I have your indulgence for a second, Your Honor?
Speak, Tom.
Judge, may I have a further hearing?
Your Honor, there have been,
Just hold on a second.
there's a competency hearing that's actually set for September 17th, next week. However, because he is in front of Your Honor at this time, I have a prepared order adjudging defendant incompetent based on Dr. Zeman's report that the court has already received. And we could basically take him off the September docket. He can begin, hopefully, getting rest restored. And may I approach with the order, Your Honor?
State.
Your Honor, the state has no objection to the report or its findings.
And just for the record, that was prepared and the motion was filed with respect to 24 CF 1650 and 24 CF 1651. And I'm not sure what he's on the docket for today, but the
This
public...
is 24 CF 1862.
So the public defender could be appointed in that one, and it could also be encompassed within the same order. If the
Correct.
court could just write in the new number, may I?
I will.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Judge, can I get a moment to speak to my lawyer?
Hold on a second, hold on.
What does that mean? Can I get a copy?
Okay. So, Mr. Brewster, because of the evaluation with Dr. Zeman, we need to have you coordinate with him, and then do we need a date?
I think there's not a need for a date, Your Honor.
I agree. And as soon as, you had some discussion, as soon as he says you're ready to go, we'll come back and try and figure out what we need to do with all these cases, okay?
Judge, I'm asking for a forever hearing.
The court's heard you.
And based on, for these reasons set forth, that,
But we can't do it today because it's not, the hearing hasn't been scheduled today.
I believe the competency hearing is based on the fact that I was under rat poison. That's specifically only that.
Well, if that's the case,
Okay,
then as you start going through this process, it'll become clear that that's the case and everything's gonna be cool. And
Okay.
you'll be coming back and you'll
I
have your
would
thread
like-
hearing and everything you
I
want.
would like to object to the double jeopardy violation where the officer apprehended.
It'd be better if you have any
He said I was only gonna
things
get
like
lower.
this, you need to make sure and put it in writing, because if not,
I've already have, Judge, and I also want to object to the fact that there's no sworn affidavits in court file or no recorded statements pertaining to these charges. And this prosecutorial misconduct, Judge, is there any filed affidavits and sworn affidavits by witnesses?
Mr. Brewster, we're here today on single, this is arraignment, we're not here on the substance of the case, so you're gonna have to,
Can I at least get a RR then?
no, you can't.
And Your Honor, just for the record, because he's not competent this time, we're not completing arraignment, we're not entering a plea.
I understand.
At this time, just for the record. Thank you.
Can I please get copies of all these records?
Mr. Medina? He's asking for copies of records. At this point, we're dealing only with the competency issue.
Okay, I don't have any discovery, I don't have any copies of all this at all. So I don't know what's going on, I'm just.
Your Honor, if the court wants me to address that, but I'm going to wait till he gets back, and then I'll meet with him once he's restored, and we'll go from there.
Okay, thank you.
Objection again. malicious prosecution. There's no statements in the file. As good as all is done.
So, Mr. Medina, you want
My other clients are, I'm sending back,
you need to talk with them?
3 of them I do. I don't have to talk to Samantha Blair if she's ready to come out. I just don't know who is ready.
You want me to call the names out? Samantha Blair can be brought up.
On Atkins and Allen and Anderson, we're going to be having plea agreements, and I will need to meet with them.
Okay, that's fine. What about, and Anderson also?
We're going to do agreement on him, I'm pretty sure you're on.
Okay. So then the only other one we've got is Kyle Bird.
Yes, Your Honor, he appeared, we entered not guilty plea, he's out of custody.
Did you get that on, clerk?
Oh, yeah, but we're trying to sort out the no contact, right?
Oh, you want to hold on this?
Your Honor, on Kyle Bird of Hills Road, just for the record, 24 CF 1898, his sharpless is indicating that additional victim contact is necessary before we can change the no violent contact, so he'll just stay on October 14th.
Okay.
In the event that the state gets notice from the victim sufficient, we could possibly do a stipulated order for changing to no violent contact, but in the meantime, you're still under no contact. Turn that in.
We'll look at it if it can be, if the victim agrees.
Thank you, Your Honor. Thank you, Your Honor.
Your Honor, I have enough for the defendant's mandates, please.
You may. Probably just stay around.
What's the name? Samantha Blair. Your Honor, Steve Medina with Samantha Blair. Ms. Blair is before the court in 24 CF 1788. I met with her yesterday. We're going to be working on various things. I also had informed a couple of days ago the state about an audio issue. The state, I think, responded back, resending the video, so we may be getting a technical glitch cleared up in the next day or two. And so we'll just enter a not guilty plea today. She's on for October 16th.
Very good. So enter a not guilty plea, and we'll continue until pre-trial on October 16th.
It'd be 9 a.m. You never know with inmates, so with private orders, if they may go in the morning, PD clients may come in the afternoon.
Yes.
So it may be 1:30.
Thank you.
Okay, other than the deals that Mr. Medina's working on, he's done, so do you have any, Mr. Gates, if not, we'll take a short break.
Short break probably would work, Your Honor. I think Ms. Farkas is working out some details on this.
Okay.
Yes, please.
The other thing is that we've got one that they got kicked to Mr. Harper, but he's not here this afternoon.
Is that Mr. Cheney?
That's the one we just